good YouTube? It's Adam from My Music Mobile. Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to go ahead and remake Coi Leray's Bops. The original track is produced by Johnny Goldstein. First things first, let's go ahead and set the tempo. So we're going to change it to 100 beats per minute. And we're going to start off with the main instrument that loops throughout the entire track, that cowbell. Now, fun fact, there isn't actually a cowbell instrument or a proper one in Logic, so I went ahead and remade my own. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring that in right now. I call it the Bops cowbell. And that's pretty much the loop right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just bring that back down to that. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch out all those notes. The only thing that happens at the end of the pattern is this right here gets reversed. So we're gonna go ahead and bounce that in place by hitting Control B on our keyboard. And then we're gonna go ahead and reverse that. For me, I have a shortcut, Shift Control R, and that reverses that. We can go ahead and play that back. So now we have the main melody that loops throughout the entire record. I'm just going to group those together and just lower that a little bit. Next, let's go ahead and bring in the drum kit, and we're going to start off with the clap. Now, the cool thing about this beat is that it's sort of reminiscent of the old 2000 beats. It's simple, yet it really bops. So we're going to go ahead and put in that clap on the 2s and 4s. Let's go to 2, 4. And next up is the kick. So that right there is the A pattern. Next, let's go ahead and create the B pattern. So we're going to start off with the bass sound. I'm going to go ahead and create a new softer instrument track. Let's give ourselves 8 bars here. And I'm going to go over to Logic's ES1 synthesizer. It's a bass I like to use, or if I'm doing this type of bass, I like to use ES1. I'm going to go to Synth Bass and bring in the deep bass preset. So duplicate that over. Next, let's go ahead and adjust this sound to make it sound like the original. I'm going to open up Logic's ES1, and I'm just going to change the oscillator from the sawtooth to the triangle. More of like a subby tone. Just pull up the cutoff. That's pretty much the sound right there. I'm just going to pull up an EQ. I'm going to take out a little bit of the highs. I'm going to clean up a little bit of the lows as well, just a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in Logic's Fat Effects just to bring in a little bit of buzziness back to the bass. And I'm going to just use the vary drive right here. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. Next, let's go ahead and draw in that kick pattern that layers up with that bass. So it is a secondary kick, and it just hits every time the bass hits. Go ahead and just duplicate that over. So there is the B pattern. Next, let's go to create the C pattern. I'm going to create a new software instrument track, and I'm going to bring in Logic's ES2 for that lead sound. I'm going to bring in a preset. You can find it under Synth Leads, and the preset is going off my screen. It is called the Trance Lead. Let's go ahead and draw on that pattern. Then over here, we get a little bit of a rolling synth sound. And that just loops itself, so we can just chop it up there. The other thing I'm going to do is pull back the analog a little bit, so just the detuning on it. All right, next let's go ahead and get to the next pattern. We're going to create another instance of this trance lead because we're going to adjust it a little bit. Let's go ahead and draw in the new pattern for the new lead. Now let's go ahead and adjust that sound. I'm going to open up Logic's ES2, and in the original track, it sounded like there was like a fifth on top of that root note. So for the second oscillator over here, I'm going to pitch it up 1 octave plus a fifth. So we'll go up another 7 semitones. So we'll do plus 19. But I don't want it all on that oscillator, so I'm going to pull the mix a little bit away from it. And then we're going to go ahead and duplicate that over. So let's go ahead and cut that up. Duplicate that over. And for this sound right here, I'm going to bring it back. We're just going to take this little chop thing that happens at the end, take that out. And it sounds like this together. So that right there is all the different sections to Bops. I'm going to go ahead and quickly arrange it and we'll come right back. So now I got the track arranged and mixed. This is Coi Leray's Bops remade in Logic Pro. Let's go. That right there is Coi Leray's Bops remade in Logic Pro, a classic, clean 2000s type of beat with all sort of like the classic sounds from that era. If you're a Logic user, I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session, place it as a downloadable link below this video. If you don't use Logic, I got your back as well. I'm going to go ahead and export all the MIDI stems, audio stems, and of course include the drum kit that you heard in this remake. You can find that playback down below the like button. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new. We'll catch you on the next one. Later. Peace.